Alright, so this is Diesel We the People News. Without prejudice or recourse, all rights reserved. Okay? And worldwide, by the way. All rights granted to me by God and any other opportunities out there to have my rights. This is a learning video and news. Okay? And this is about Derrick that got arrested. And it's mirrored on mirrored. Alright. James Freeman is going to be speaking on this video of the video. So with this guy and James Freeman both being on there, we're going to get best of both worlds, y'all. Like them both. It's Ralph Keaton, or Key, where the storm clouds are gathering. I've only seen a couple of videos. I am really liking it. However, I've been down and out for a good couple of weeks, had surgery. So, and then after I get this taken care of, I'm going to have to go through some more surgery. So, it's been a pain in the butt, literally. So you may have an idea what's going on. Alright. So let's check this out, y'all. This guy actually is going to go into great details that judges and attorneys won't tell you. That is what is lawfully going wrong. Okay? Not legally. And he's just going to call them out on their bull crap.
Important that you see the cover of this book and understand what your rights are, first and foremost, and holding these tyrants accountable for their actions and engaging in mixed war against the Constitution. Okay, this is a treatise on arrests and false imprisonment by Charles A. Wiseman, and this is just a brilliant book by the should have in their household. They should be teaching this to their offspring, really bringing it forward to everybody's attention. But I just want to point out this one thing, and then I'll stop this video audio recording. Forcefully to deprive a man of freedom to go wheresoever he may is clearly a trespass. Trespass is indicative of the common law. False imprisonment was indeed one of the first trespasses recognized by the common law, okay? Look at, and again, some of these older judges, okay, they were real in tune with the law, all right? False imprisonment, and this comes from Judge Cooley. False imprisonment is a wrong akin to the wrongs of assault and battery, all right? And consists in imposing an unlawful restraint upon a man's freedom of locomotion, his right to move to and from as he sees fit, okay? And I can go on for days. Is any restraint of a personal liberty of another and prevention of his movements from place to place or his free actions according to his own pleasure and will. It is false imprisonment when this is done without lawful authority. False imprisonment is the unlawful restraint by one person of the physical liberty of another. And as here used, the word false seems to be synonymous with unlawful. All right? We'll go. Imprisonment at the common law and elsewhere can consist in the unlawful detention of another for any time whereby he is deprived of his personal liberty. False imprisonment was at the common law, and relief by the party aggrieved was obtained by an action for trespass vietis arms, okay? Meaning they were armed when they did it, with force and arms, okay? Let's see here. Hold on one second. Just a little bit of privacy. I'm going to go into Maxims of Law, okay? And it's funny how I get interrupted by Facebook. I have really good reception, ladies and gentlemen, but every time I do any of these videos where I'm pointing out the blatant disregard for the law exhibited by tyrants, I am so often stifled from having a communication with you guys that is not... interrupt. So what I'm trying to do here is pull up some information. I don't want to share people's emails here, and I want to be good maxims of law that pertain to judges. All right, and I have some very brilliant people. Some of them are lawyers, some of them, and that's why I'm protecting the communications. It's not to keep you in the... I've always told these people would protect their information, and that I would be discreet about it, and I would never put them in harm's way, because what they do by sharing information with me is dangerous, because they are... Okay, so again, I promised to protect certain people's information. That's the only reason you weren't privy to seeing my email list. Some of them are judges and lawyers, and I don't want to put them in harm's way, and I do appreciate what they share with me, okay? So that's the only reason you weren't privy to my email list. Here we go. A good judge may do nothing from his judgment or from a dictate of private will, but he should pronounce according to the law and justice, all right? A judge cannot punish a wrong done to himself, which seemingly appears to be what transpired here. Now, this is 12 Koch's Report 114. These are maxims of law. These are self-evident, pithy sentences that say a whole lot, and most often have been challenged plenty, but never overturned, all right? This is just sound doctrine, logic, and principle at work here. A judge cannot be a witness to his own cause of action, which means if that dipshit tyrant actually had grounds to have that man accosted for contempt of court, he doesn't get to be the judge, jury, and executioner of his own fucking claim, ladies and gentlemen, all right? We are to judge by the laws, not by examples. Okay, that's 4th Koch Report 83. Then we go to Jenkins' Centuries of Reports 139. To a judge who exceeds his office, no obedience is due. That means that when that tyrant ordered those agents and agency to accost that man against his will, they should not have listened. They should have been well versed in the law, well enough to know that they have now subjected themselves to being liable for listening to a dipshit, all right? That's 1043 Jenkins Centuries or Reports 139. This is a maximum again. 1052 Bouvier's Law Dictionary 133. The judge, in his discretion, should follow the rule when the exception is not proved. 1051 Dyer's Report 12. It is the duty of a judge to decide according to the facts alleged and proved. There were no facts proved, although plenty of allegations were made. There were no facts or grounds on which that man had the authority to arraign on his own whim, by his own edicts, and toss a man into a cage. 1052, Loft's Reports, Appendix 42. It is the duty of a judge to declare, not to make the law. That judge doesn't get to make the fucking law, ladies and gentlemen. He's lawless. He's a tyrant, all right? 1055, 10 Koch's Report 76. A judgment given by an improper judge is of no moment. All right, that guy was way outside the fucking scope of his authority, and he should be sent to Guantanamo fucking Bay. Not only should he be sent to Guantanamo fucking Bay for violation of the Constitution, engaging in mixed war, and violating that man's unalienable rights in concert with 2 or more agents at the same time, he should also forfeit all of his retirement, every penny he has ever made from the people, while purportedly protecting and defending the Constitution, which is his fucking oath, should be rightfully taken from him and paid back to the people. That is Trainers, Maxims 593, 2,481, First Johnson, New York, Chancery Report 341, 345. Where there is no manifest injustice, the judge are to be considered as honest men. Well, he just threw that right out the fucking window, didn't he? And their judgment as truth and justice. Except for when we come back up to here, a judge cannot punish a wrong done to himself. Somehow his ego got in the way, and he felt that because this man wasn't listening to him, he had been wronged in one fashion or the other, and now he could cast judgment on him for failing to obey him. We are not under their rule. They listen to we the people. Article 1, Section 9, Article 1, Section 10, ladies and gentlemen. All right, this is why it's so important to know your rights. Where the law is deficient, the judge supplies the deficiency. 2481, Johnson, New York, Chancery Report 341, 345. Where there is no manifest injustice, the judge are to be considered as honest men, and their judgment as truth, justice. 62, INST 451. It is the duty of the justice to administer justice to everyone seeking it from him. So in that hallway, when the man was exclaiming his rights, it was the duty of that justice, administering justice, to inform those agents and agency that he was well within his rights and not to accost him against his will, because they could be held liable for such egregious actions. The Court of Chancery is the workshop of justice. Nobody can deny that. Delay for the sake of justice is most acceptable, but contrary to justice is very odious. The speeding of justice is the stepmother of misfortune. Didn't he just march that man right in there, cast upon him his own fucking verdict and judgment based upon his own substantiated claim, without an affidavit, without an injured party, without anybody claiming that there was harm, damage, or loss caused to them? Yes, that man did. And it led to a great misfortune and a travesty to boot. 677 Wart, W-H-R-A-R-T, let law prevail though justice fail. Now that leads into one of my other favorite maxims. Let justice be served though the heavens may fall. All right. 678 Dyer, 885, let justice be done though the heavens may fall. There it is right there, ladies and gentlemen. Fraud and justice never dwell together. All right. What you saw there was a great injustice. It was a travesty, and people should be appalled. They should be angry, and they should be writing the Judicial Committee of Review for Punishment in the state of Indiana. And it doesn't matter what state you're in. If you've seen this video and you are aggrieved, a man aggrieved about it, you should let them know that you will not stand for this tyrannical bullshit any longer. All right? Because fraud and justice never dwell together. And what we saw was a great fraud perpetrated against a good man doing nothing more than standing up for his rights. Favor ought not to be able to bend justice, power to wrap it, nor money to corrupt it, ladies and gentlemen. I can't get any more specific than that. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining me. I really love you guys.
Oh, we're going to pause there for a second. Now, this is what I've been saying. We need to file bar agreements on the attorneys, learn how to do that. And, you know, these judges, they had these things called court watchers now. All right. Now, there's very few and far in between, but they're out there. And I'm trying to kind of working on how to be able to do this in a lawful way, right? And in order to do that, I got to fully understand everything about it, right? So when I do make any type of complaints, I have standing, right, on these complaints. All right, so we need, and just like he said, you know, and I talked about this a couple of videos, we need to learn how to do it. I'm still learning. I've had some slow processes with surgeries and this, that, here and there, but I'm still learning. All right, and I know that I may or may not sound different in this. I'm in a lot of pain with the surgery I have. I could not take any hard medication due to complications to the bathroom area. Okay. Um, anyway, let's go ahead and proceed forward on this.
Guys, thanks for all your support, and we will talk really, really fucking soon. Share this with your friends and family. Help them understand the message. I think I can shrink this down and maybe give you a few more maxims without compromising anybody's names here. And I have to be very, very mindful of doing that because there are people within the judiciary and within the lawyering craft that do send me information. That is how I was able to excel and gain this acquired knowledge so quickly, and I'm very appreciative for them, and I don't ever want to compromise or jeopardize, one, their livelihood, and two, I don't ever want to put them in harm's way or jeopardize their families. The speeding of justice is the stepmother of misfortune. Let law prevail. We've been through that. Fraud and justice never dwell together. Favor ought not to be able to bend justice, power to wrap it, nor money to corrupt it. Justice should be denied to no one. Justice is not to be denied nor delayed. Justice knows neither father nor mother. Justice regards truth and truth alone. Okay? The law ought not to fail in dispensing justice. Law is the highest reason which commands those things that are useful and necessary, and forbids that what is contrary thereto. The law is a sacred sanction, commanding what is honorable and forbidding what is contrary. Ladies and gentlemen, that man's egregious actions were contrary to the law. He should be sanctioned to the fucking hills. They should make an example out of him. If ignorance of the law doesn't excuse me and you, it damn sure does not excuse a man purported to be learned in law. 7 years of college, passed the bar. I can't tell you how many countless fucking judgeship trainings they get and seminars they have. Nor should the court be deficient in showing justice. Neither justice nor right shall be sold, denied, or delayed to anyone. That is found in most people's constitutions, ladies and gentlemen. In all 50 states, you will find, for example, in Article 1, Section 12 in the Bill of Rights, justice shall be had freely, without payment, and without delay, ladies and gentlemen. That means when the clerk of the court says, I need $450 from you, she is, in fact, engaged in egregious breach of trust, violating her oath of office, and compelling you to do something for justice. Provide some type of payment which constitutes baratray, ladies and gentlemen. Get familiar with the word baratray. Now, as you can tell, this video's got me fired up like all get out. I can show you at least 10 videos of me recording in the courtroom. I had a standoff with a judge one time who, although he took the bench, would not allow me into the courtroom, and it was fucking hilarious. The little skinny rat weasel bastard scared of a camera. He was more fearful of a camera than he would have been if I had a 500 Smith & Wesson on my hip. I guarantee it. They are more scared of cameras than they are something that can push a lethal projectile out. That's how damning a camera and audio-video equipment is to these people. He who decides anything, one party being unheard, though he may have decided right, has not done justice. What do you think? Was this man afforded justice when he was at the arbitrary whim of a tyrant casting upon him his own rule to cast him into contempt of court, ladies and gentlemen, and furthermore, have him drug in to the court so he could cast upon him a spell of contempt of court? You be the judge. Anyway, I love you all. Thanks for listening to me rant and rave a little bit. Freedom isn't free. It never has been free. For those of you that think out there, well, let me just skip to a document here real quick. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can't. Yeah, surely I can. If a nation expects to be ignorant and free, it expects what never was and never will be. Thank you so much for joining me, supporting me, and all the other fellow legal scholars out there that study the law religiously to bring you with firsthand knowledge the great travesties that are upon us. Remember, if a nation expects to be ignorant and free, it expects what never was and never will be.
Anyway, this is Diesel We the People News, and this video is a little longer than I thought it was going to be, because I was, again, in a lot of pain. I'm going to make a couple more videos of his videos talking about this arrest with that red shirt pirate. Supposedly called a judge, but I have not seen factual evidence that he is such thing. Alright, so everybody's saying he is, but I don't have factual evidence saying he is. So I paused there for a second. So I'm going to end it here, y'all, and get this downloaded. Please watch and subscribe to that guy. And right now I can't even think of his name. I'm going to take me a little break, and I'm probably going to go ahead and make a couple more videos of his video. And just so you know, it's one video, but I'm breaking it up because it was a long video on this, okay? Diesel We the People News, y'all. Bye.